This is Ryan McKinnell, sitting down with former heavyweight champion of the UFC, Frank Mir. How you doing today, Frank?
Very good.
Very good. Well, we're just going to start off. You kind of hold all the hopes and dreams and aspirations of every hardcore MMA fan out there as you step into the ring with Brock Lesnar on Saturday. You know, he's a big guy. He carries a lot of clout with him. How do you feel about fighting, Brock Lesnar?
He's a real strong wrestler. I think he's training to do MMA. I think his first camp's trying to train down in California. Didn't work out so well, which trained in Minnesota is a bona fide MMA gym there with Shirk. So we'll see what he can do in 8 months of training. I still feel we're going to just see a super strong guy who uses his wrestling. The only thing is we all know a wrestling match lasts 5 minutes.
Right.
15 minutes is a long time.
And getting punched in the face.
Exactly. Even if we were just grappling for 15 minutes, he can't wrestle full bore without making a mistake and putting himself into submission. And again, with the fact that I'm not going to make up for 18 years of wrestling. So my idea is just to keep swinging as hard as I can and hit him in the head and bang it out with him until he takes me down. Instead of before everybody's like, well, you're going to limit the kicking because you give him a takedown. I'm like, why? If I don't kick at all, the guy's going to put me on my back.
And you got to think you want to take him down, right? You want you
so
pretty much.
If I can damage him first, even if he blocks the head kick with a forearm, well, hopefully I'll break his forearm. So,
that's happened before.
Yes, he has. So when we go to the mat, we're just then it's and also too, it's not like it is a wrestling match. It's a fight, so it's different. I mean, when he's on top of me, I'm going to be punching, elbowing, and kicking him and trying to break his limbs and choke him the whole time. So.
All right. Well, be honest with me just for a second. He's really good with selling a fight. His quote has been played over and over. He broke Tim Sylvia's arm. Well, who gives a crap? What do you feel about that?
I think Brock Lesnar actually, I wouldn't mind kind of talking to him afterwards when all this stuff is over with, because he has that, even though he seems to be a very down-to-earth guy with his likes and dislikes, a lot of stuff he says he likes, I like too.
So you guys can be buddies.
Most likely, we'll see. Depends how much he likes me afterwards.
Yeah, right.
But he has to say those things right now because not only is he's trying to sell the fight, he has to prove his legitimacy for being in there. So if he was to talk quiet and humble, it would make no sense because he hasn't proven anything. To be a humble, quiet guy, you have to have smashed a few people. Right.
All right. To continue, it's got to be tough for you. You're looking at, Tim Sylvia and Nogueira fighting right after you for the heavyweight belt, a belt which you never lost. You know what I'm saying? And as of late, I think you've shown, a very a mature way of dealing with things. You seem to be, content with taking your time and working your way back up. But it's still, got to be a little frustrating.
If the reason I lost the belt wasn't my fault,
I know
see how it could be frustrating. But I pretty much blame myself for it. So it's kind of like I've always been one pretty much to take punishment the proper way. And through my performances in the last couple of fights, and then up until I got healed and fighting Hardonk and Vera and all that stuff, that was just part of it. And so me having to work my way back up to the title, just something hard. I guess the harder you work for something, the better it's appreciated. So that's how I view things. Anything that if they had given me the title shot right back and I would have won it immediately, would I appreciate as much as I do now? I don't think so. Now that it's been such a hard-fought struggle, and there's still a hard-fought struggle ahead of me, it makes the victory that much sweeter.
Yeah. Well, you said ahead of you. You're kind of looking, we're new year, 2008. Assuming you beat Lesnar, that's a big mark, whether he's 1-0 or not. Is there anyone out there in the heavyweight division you'd like to get in the ring with? Test yourself even more? Or maybe any new Pride guys?
Well, it's kind of weird. I got mixed feelings about that.
Yeah.
Obviously, is Randy Couture really done or is he not? I don't know if I ever want to fight Randy. He's kind of my idol. So it's kind of funny. I think growing up in the sport, me picking fighters is hard. I kind of have to have the UFC pick them for me because there's so many people that I admire that I could never call out. Like, Antonio Nogueira, they say, hey, pick that guy. I'm like, I can't, dude. That guy, who do you think my guard came from? I looked at his.
And you guys both came up during that same span of the years, that 2003,
And, I'm a huge fan of his. When I meet him, I want his autograph. So then how can I sit there and have the
balls?
Yeah, well, I don't know what the
audacity, man?
The audacity is a good word, to sit there and go, I'm going to call him out and fight him. Some guys tell me that they fight people that they look up to prove themselves against. But it's like, I don't know, man. I'm still trying to break some guy's arm that I really respect. Once I get in the ring and we start fighting, I can I could fight my, a loved one. If we're fighting, we'll go at it, and then when you say stop, I stop,
All right.
But as far as, calling anybody out, I can't. I think Gonzaga's still a super dangerous guy. I don't care what happened with him and Verdun. That dude's a monster. I'm saying right now, Gonzaga's a scary guy.
I agree.
I think if anybody's writing him off, you're a dumbass. You know what I mean?
Couldn't agree more with you.
Yeah, the Verdun fight, I guarantee there's something going on there. His head was not right. There's no way.
I think all you have to do is look at the Randy tape. Dude gets his nose broken in the first round, and throughout the second and third round, he almost knocked Couture out a couple times. And that, I think, like you said, he's a tough guy.
Yeah,
a Brazilian bull almost.
He's a monster. Nogueira's super tough. Verdun is slick. Tim Silva's still fucking. How do people beat Tim? I mean, I know I beat him in the seconds, when I fought for the title, but really, he made a stupid mistake, and I just made him capitalize for it. Would he ever do that again? I doubt it.
Which was second nature to you. I mean, you just went for the arm.
Yeah, so he just, I think, underestimated me. I don't think I'll ever get that opportunity twice with him.
Right.
So, I mean, everybody's super tough. I can't think of a guy. I mean, Orlovsky, I don't know where he is, but he's still a scary mofo.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Everybody's tough.
Yeah, most definitely. You brought up Tim, and, maybe you guys do cross paths down the road. Maybe you do cross paths with Nogueira. But, we're in the present. We're here and now. So what do you think is going to happen in the main event? Being a fellow heavyweight.
I don't know. I mean, here's the reason. Nogueira has great hands and great submission ability. Tim, though, has a way of just winning fights.
Right.
Whatever it takes to do to win. So I got to watch. I don't know. I don't really have any expectations.
Well, what is 2008 holding in store for Frank Mir, brother?
Just constantly on the path back to the title.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Was there anything you want to say to your fans before we get out of here?
See you Saturday.
All right, brother. Thank you very much.